Welcome to the Ghana ICT Hub, a partnership between MTN Ghana and the Government of Ghana through the Ministry of Communications and Digitization. MTN pledged to support Ghana's digitization agenda in line with its ambition to lead the delivery of digital solutions for Africa's progress. In fulfillment of this pledge, MTN Ghana has committed $25 million toward the realization of the Ghana ICT Hub project. The objectives of the Ghana ICT Hub project is anchored on the following: to create an ICT-enabled environment for human capital and ICT skills development, to develop an ICT ecosystem through remote access delivery to facilitate job creation for Welcome to the Ghana ICT.
Now, part of the allegations against you is that unit in question reports only to you. They don't take instructions from your commanders. I think that was part of the testimony before the committee when previous witnesses appeared. So, sir, what's your reaction to that?
Honorable Chair, like I said, they are a unit that has been institutionalized with the commanders and a chain of command up to the national level, with a director general in charge. But when you go to the regions, it's like CID, which will work with the regional commander as one of his subordinates, and when it comes to criminal investigations, and yet they also work in tandem with the director general CID. This is the same framework that has been used for the establishment and decentralization of the intelligence component of the police service. In the past, it's like intelligence were things that we needed to keep improving as an institution and also work across other security agencies and the intelligence component, and to make sure that this country continues to be at peace with itself. So the units are institutionalized. The units are with the regional commanders, and at the national level, they have a director general who is in charge of them, and who from time to time give us a briefing on our daily meetings, on our weekly meetings, and when we also have emergency meetings on matters of concern, and we get it done. There is nothing like anybody or a group of people out of the normal chain of command reporting to Dampare on anything. It is a lie.
IG, what is the your administration's relationship with the military high command? We were given an impression that all wasn't well with the police administration and the military high command.
Honorable Chair, this is another lie just to paint you black, or typically calling a dog a bag neck and hanging. We have an excellent relationship with all the heads of the security agencies. And it's so excellent that at the end of the day, the cordiality goes beyond official work. The beauty of it is this: constitutionally, each and every of the agencies has their role to play. And we know where we also need to work together in what I term institutional teamwork and get things done for this country. So we urge these people to stop trying to put our heads against each other. It is shameful. It's not good for this country. And you cannot do this. You should stop it. They can use any other thing to get anything that they want, but they shouldn't use that. They should be patriotic. Because that is the only place we have called home, Ghana. So in their quest to achieve their selfish interest, they shouldn't create confusion. So Honorable Chair, that is what it is. And I know that's how it sits. We'll continue to work together as various security agencies, helping each other in the interest of the country, for Ghana, our beloved country, to continue to be at peace with itself. I thank you.
I can see that your lawyer is nodding. I don't know what is intended for. Yes.
Mr. Chairman, when he said Ghana, our beloved country, I remembered the conclusion from Kwame Nkrumah, it's free forever.
Thank you. IG, you once served as the ADC to former President Mills, and COP Mensah also once served as the ADC to Vice President Akkar. Would you want to comment on that role, especially when some of the witnesses, or from our information, try to use that as a weapon against the office, in my humble view?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, I'm happy you spoke to that fact. And I want to take this opportunity to urge all my colleagues in all the non-partisan institutions to keep the sanctity of that institution and stop trying to impute politics into it in a manner that will compromise its responsibility, and especially in my case, the police service in the maintenance of law and order. And I'm happy you did mention the fact that my big brother, George, served as an ADC during President Rawlings and Vice President Akkar's time. Before him was another big brother of mine, the former Inspector General of Police, Mr. David Asante, who also served as the ADC during President Rawlings and Vice President Akkar's regime.
A partnership between MTN Ghana and the government of Ghana through the Ministry of Communications and Digitization. MTN pledged to support Ghana's digitization agenda in line with its ambition to lead the delivery of digital solutions for Africa's
during
progress.
President Rawlings and Vice President
pledge, MTN Ghana has committed $25 million towards the realization of the Ghana ICT Hub project. The objectives of the Ghana ICT Hub project is anchored on the following: to create an ICT-enabled environment for human capital and ICT skills development,
and I was there for
ICT ecosystem
a year and about 6 or 7 months,
delivery to facilitate job creation for national development, to provide
to be replaced
state-of-the-art
because I have become a chartered accountant,
to serve as a pillar,
and I was going to be promoted to the rank of subtenant
physical infrastructure
based on my academic qualification. So I cannot continue to serve
the following facilities:
as
laboratories
an ADC.
for technology training and
So I was
research,
replaced.
innovation hub, co-working spaces for tech innovation startups, tier 3 data center, conferencing facilities, offices and meeting rooms, commercial lettable spaces, gaming area, restaurant, and
all the other regimes, we have had police as ADC to Vice President. And you will be there, you will be called, it's a call to duty, you can't stop it. But beyond that, after serving as an ADC to Professor Mills, which was somewhere, I need to call it 2007 and 2008, thereabout, and I stand to be corrected on that, came back to be the deputy auditor, went to UN mission, returned from the UN mission, went for further studies, returned from further studies, and came to serve as special assistant to Honorable Dampare when he was the Minister for the Interior. When my father, Honorable Dampare, was moved to Ministry of Defense, another father of mine, Honorable Kwame Nabatos, came in to serve as the minister, and he maintained me as his special assistant. And thereafter, in the course of the 2007 floods, I was there in the office, and Honorable Kwame Nabatos said, His Excellency President Kufuor wants to see you. I went. I was ushered in to the office of Dr. Mensah Hesse, now the Chancellor of University of Ghana. And the idea was that the President Kufuor has found it fit to appoint me as the national coordinator for the management of the disaster. And that is how I have served Ghana outside my policing career. I thank you.
Behind you are members of POMAC, I'm sure. Members of POMAC are seated behind you. I believe so.
Yes, sir.
So that notion of you running a one-man show, because we're told that you are running a one-man show, it's all about Dampare. Dampare. You are not involving POMAC. And it's very, very important for us to hear from you on this, especially when it's a creation of the institution by your legislation. Thank you.
Honorable Chair, I think I addressed this question area, but I'll re-echo the fundamental points. Unfortunately, they are not on oath, so that they cannot testify on this matter. If they had been on oath, we would have heard them, what they will say. They call it United POMAP. United POMAP. That's what they call it. And it's a chain. Nobody breaks it. Unless you are going to a retirement, we take you out, and they will reconnect the chain. And I said, we can't go anywhere without making sure that they are ahead of me. We can't arrive at any destination without making sure that we account for everybody. We cannot go and sit at anywhere without making sure that everybody has a chair. And we cannot start any meeting without making sure that where is everyone? And if the person is not on leave, the person is not doing any other assignment, we make sure that we even wait for the person. So this whole idea, like I said, is trying to put certain things together to paint you black and make sure that you don't look presentable in the eyes of everybody. It is never true. And I said it fundamentally. The Lord that I serve, the God Almighty that shapes my life, He instituted teamwork. And I get incomplete when I'm not functioning in a team, because I'm not sure whether what I'm putting out there, if I've had a second thought, it will be better. In any case, I have one philosophical belief. It takes other human beings for other human beings to be human beings. So in the absence of other human beings, I feel incomplete. And knowing that it's an institution and not a sole proprietorship, and even a sole proprietorship, you still have to work with people. An institution that does not belong to me, I come and monopolize it. Then I'm not a good leader. Then I'm not a manager. And they know within their hearts of hearts that they were paddling for, so in order to package it and send it to places and make me look bad, thinking that as it has normally been done in our environment, when people go and lie about you and say all things about you, you never get opportunity to speak to the matter. It is a lie. It isn't about Dampare. It's about the police service. It's about Ghana. And it's about the peace and security of this country. I thank you.
So it's good we are giving you the opportunity to speak in public, in the presence of the witnesses who made those allegations. And my last question, Chairman. What led to that letter interdicting the two officers, which was subsequently withdrawn? Thank you very much, Chairman, for the opportunity.
Honorable Chair, I thank you very much. And that is also another thing people have used in trying to get to me. The truth of the matter is this. When all these things happen, whilst we are focused on ensuring that we work together as a team across the country and also across all the other security agencies to continue to maintain peace and security for our beloved country, then you get to a point and these things happen. And you feel pain that your own brothers can go and do this against you. But you forgive because such is nature. And the more you forgive, the more you become stronger and preserve your health. So I moved on. But I said that whatever is going on, I recuse myself from the process. So I was not part of whatever decision that was taken to interdict or de-interdict anyone. It is a matter that was considered at the police council, and they handled it in my absence. And anytime any issue about this particular incident is discussed anywhere within the police leadership, they feel my absence because I think and I believe that is the right thing to do. And that is what happened. I am not involved in interdiction and the interdiction of anyone. I thank you.
Yes, I can observe that COP Mensah, the lawyer you brought, he's not said one word, but he's been drinking a lot of water, you know. My colleague, I've been observing you are drinking water. What's the matter? And even as a chairman, you see my water, I have not drank any water.
Mr. Chairman, you
Yes.
said you will not talk.
Uh-huh.
So I was drinking the water, waiting for the lunch.
Well, I think it's very opportune to give the only female on the committee an opportunity to, interrogate the matters with IGP mounting the witness stand.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Chair, I think most of my questions has been exhausted by Honorable Patrick Boama, but I have one or two for my big brother and my boss as well.
Okay. Thank you, Mom. You have only two questions. The younger man who is the vice chairman, is telling me that for health considerations, we should take about maybe 5 minutes break so that people can stretch their legs, and those who want to use the washroom will do so. So, because of common humanity, I'm compelled to have the proceedings suspended for maybe 7 minutes. If you want to use the washroom, do so. If you want to stretch your legs a bit, and then we'll come back.
You see people have stepping up.
Yes. Yeah, you could see that some of your officers have stepped out, which means it's right for once, you know.
Chairman prophesied that.
You are watching a GTV live event.
Welcome Welcome to the Ghana ICT Hub, a partnership between MTN Ghana and the Government of Ghana through the Ministry of Communications and Digitization. MTN pledged to support Ghana's digitization agenda in line with its ambition to lead the delivery of digital solutions for Africa's progress. In fulfillment of this pledge, MTN Ghana has committed $25 million toward the realization of the Ghana ICT Hub project. The objectives of the Ghana ICT Hub project is anchored on the following: to create an ICT-enabled environment for human capital and ICT skills development, to develop an ICT ecosystem through remote access delivery to facilitate job creation for national development, to provide a modern, state-of-the-art physical infrastructure to serve as a pillar for the digital Ghana agenda. The physical infrastructure, when completed, will provide 4,000 square meters of space with the following facilities: laboratories for technology training and research, innovation hub, co-working spaces for tech innovation startups, Tier 3 data center, conferencing facilities, offices and meeting rooms, commercial lettable spaces, gaming area, restaurant, ancillary facilities. The technology laboratories will be fitted with the next generation ICT equipment and applications to provide the youth of Ghana with practical training in Industry 4.0 technologies such as artificial intelligence, AI, machine learning, cloud computing, 3D printing, robotics, Internet of Things, IoT, advanced manufacturing techniques, cybersecurity, genetic engineering. The project also seeks to establish a complete ecosystem at the hub through remote access delivery to facilitate job creation for national development. The ecosystem shall comprise of MDAs, technology companies, startups, incubators, research agencies, leading universities globally, foundations worldwide, to create a community. 1. The ecosystem community shall bridge the divide between academia and industry and provide solutions to challenges in the key sectors of health, agriculture, and educational sectors of the economy. 2. It shall also run an innovation program providing mentoring and networking for the youth in tech startups. 3. The ecosystem community shall establish an innovation fund to support startups, research agencies, and other entities in the ecosystem. MTN Ghana and the Ministry of Communications and Digitization are championing the Ghana digital agenda for Ghana's development. Welcome to the digital age.
Efitimra ora alancho matin edibetu yase obepre no aye flag bearer edi ama MPP amanyoko no eyade amanyoko ni mu mpanyimfo ahodo na na chese omode omo support ekokoma no yie pa nanso ekomia kwa isa CC ade papa eka asanya ade obekobiem no na chese omo a omudi nachi no ebi mu atwetwe omo ede afri no ho anesa na eye no na GhanaWeb agbogbo ye nipakuo nan bi omo kirema eye sankofo na CC no omo kirema mo movie on no kra ba ko eye Catherine Afeku ono kirema CC ode ni support nyina akoma eye Dr. Mahamudu Baomi ose ni energy no de ni nyina ama Baomi afi Richard Nyama no so no echirema CC ade ode ni support na chese okoka eye campaign team ho ede ma lanchomata we hu CC ade enyamba so bia nu nti no kwandai akonwa no o ma nani akohu yie pa no so press release eno no so ede ababeto dwan afi so mpo eye slide tete ono so echirema nia eye alanchomata aka no an ode nidie nyina ama no ntoguso twen nia eye alanchomata ni next mover chese obeteke no so ehunia obeye ede afa no anampo afa ho ena afi ni otwato so krampo eye mahwebedwani ede mampraye so Davis ansa opoku enso echirema an ewo mu se eye pape aka na asem na sempo no ode eye na ho ode ekota obi fufure echi a enya de omo sori ya na cheso omo so kokasa esanse yepe alanchomate asemunti no ye bedi na chochema ni ode no ho kakobọ no mebo omo modia no ma ye hwehwemu ede afa onipa no ansa na omo de omo support amọ no mpo omo atumi ayesa ade no.
Are you still searching for the right platform to share your voice, thoughts, and feelings? Then, the GhanaWeb Reporter on the GhanaWeb app is the perfect app for you. It is Ghana's only citizen journalism and infotainment platform. Wherever you are, whatever you are doing, GhanaWeb Reporter links you up to the world. The reporter also gives you the opportunity to blog or become a citizen journalist, so you share stories with the rest of the world about cities, music genres, pop culture, tech, politics, etc. Download the GhanaWeb app from the Google Play Store or App Store, on your smartphone and open it. Tap on the member button at the bottom of your screen and follow the easy steps to register with your phone number or email, and you are ready to become a reporter.
Ghana Web Reporter, democratizing journalism and empowering content creators.
Mampeni da John Dramani Mahama emra na chese owa abemu de edin ahodo na na yede ma no ene baako eye a confirm an say mampeni a confirm baako nso po yede to no eye government official one eno na fa eye airbus juma de chese ebeye de ye pa ewo eye Ghana hanom nene ni nsemfo bi a oka ede fa eye former special prosecutor eye Martin Amidu na chese 2020 mu ni nsama John Dramani Mahama eka fa eye Martin Amidu na chese asaba be pie mu biem ni nya ne se na sentemu eye mampeni na nadan kwakufuado ene ba conference okoko di djuma honum na chese otutu bi ye pa edemane eye former president John Dramani Mahama na enu echi no na chese asa kokotwe asemwe ede abaye tremu se emra eye special prosecutor ekotrem so akakoye report di nsemfo bi ebetu dwa efa former president o ka chense an ne ho bon eye airbus eye scandal no mu ye pa no na enu echi no Mahama koye interview no di tu dwa na otrem se we was stupidity se bi ojimi sembe na wo ya sponsor kona kwa reporter mimi ho asem na chese oba betro e de ato onum sa de not 2020 de otutu bi ye pa e de ma eye Martin Amidu
I want you so bad, Alpha Cracker. I want you. I wanna say yes, I can't resist. I want you. Ooh, I want you, Alpha Cracker. I want you so bad, Alpha Cracker. I don't me call one casa.
Alpha goodness rich in milk and butter in Alpha Cracker. Yummy and deliciously crunchy.
But I can't resist you.
Alpha Crackers, simply irresistible.
This advert is FDA approved.
Asen Central Mrashe Bedwani aye friend no se Kennedy Japan din semfo bi atudwa a wo twemu so mu enche bi omo flag bearer shape race na anampo na bato na eba be koso no ono enya de a obesi form amobia enne ochina sompo eka ho esanse wonya ne ntie sa se manfo bi pese omo hwa na chese oyi ne hu firi ono nampo no osifiri akonya ochirema enya de a obesi da okwa anesa na otwema so no abato yom kwakoto ye 4 November se nyame ya adoma ne obewini na wawini but se eye nkabom ebe koso ewo MPP amanyoko ni ma enam se ne abaye anampo no ya amanyoko no ebesi ato aba no ede for transparency ebetumi abem but ono de assistant no ono kede di hrem nya de obesi for enne ochina sompo eka ho.
Everyone needs the perfect snack to munch on during a fun moment.
Wow.
Enjoy the tasty McBerry Twist cupcakes, deliciously baked and packaged for a sweet treat. Premium quality cakes baked with love for all, enriched in butter and milk.
Yummy.
McBerry Twist cupcakes, simply irresistible. Try one today. This advert is FDA approved.
Former National Vice Chairman Edema NDC Amanyoko no aye friend no say Alhaji Sayed Sinawi edin semfo bi atodwa awdankasa de ato aye NDC Amanyoko no members bi anim a wo twemu say ono wehu na wenya ntiye nso say ebi mu ho no ma omo be focus on abato 2024 no mo de agenda 2028 chese omo former ho odin en support John Dramani Mahama no monam ena se bi omo di nyambransem esa omo ankasa pesa minkumenya ene ne ombenya adinti omo hwe 2028 so ndo chema memu sankofo ni nyina baje se eyedin ena waye basisi ano no ne open se eye members no be hwe no mu nyina de omo support akakoma John Dramani Mahama se ne be ya afi 2024 abato no ebetumi ababedi NDC amanyoko no afa.
Sweetheart, be mindful of your health
Dear products Nadia Makeup, I welcome you to Sigma Health and Beauty. You can call us the Beauty Embassy. Who pursue beauty more revealed with quality makeup products. There is only one place. The Sigma Health and Beauty 2022 Ghana Makeup Awards Beauty Retail Business of the Year. Of course, we are the defending champions. World-class makeup brands and Kwanyet on, you name it. Maybelline, Dark and Lovely, House of Tara, and many more. Your professionalism in the beauty industry is unmatchable. The proper way of applying our products. Sigma Health and Beauty, Yewa Accra, Makola, Georgina Stores, and Rollins Park, Gate 4. Fryer 0248 138 596 and 0201 408 186. Or visit our online shop at www.beautyavenuegh.com. Sigma, your beauty, our joy.
Woko piemu ewo Budumburam eno ne waka swampotemu eye bia bi aye frɛ no sɛ XXX ade akwanhia bi akoso amachese yareho semie pa na ninya ne sababa wa bi aye frɛ no sɛ Annabel a behwa adefo na omamfo susu sɛ oye tutu ni ehia na akwanhia wo yie pa na ene amudi nkyeremu eba no mu kyeremu sɛ ya baba wa kyeremu a taxi driver bi eno no aba bedi impemagro amachese taxi driver no empese obetuaka na so taxi driver no so kyeremu a enya de onim eye enho hwe eno ntin na kyese abayiwe ayire taxi driver ya amachese kyeremu krama taxi driver no kra esu wo honom ewo honom na te ena kyese behwa adefo kyeremu sɛ o sa abanti wo kyeremu sɛ oni mu hwe ene egya no ma ne nkwe eye Annabel kyeremu an adenti na mo behwa adefo ka kyemisa an minja abanti wo emu ne kyeremu Annabel kokogina kwantemu so no so onti ase da omu kyeremu ombe ho ombetia ne sɛ eye tipa track bi ababefa abayo ti so ma wato na nanom wonse do aye kase ede no akwakoto eye St eye Gregory Hospital eye mortuary ewo honom.
Welcome back to this edition of Everyday People on GhanaWeb TV. My name is Abigail Johnson Boachi. Today, we speak to a man who has been selling second-hand clothes, popularly known as Foles, for the past 15 years. We speak to Daddy to find out what he has benefited from selling these clothes for the past 15 years. Let's join him and find out. Okay, Mom, passion what to say.
First in the Nanka, yeah, by the idea. The way I am a born or Esia Conintino. Said your first, and now you to me in your day, near Mania, I don't know. See, I in Yanisa. This is the idea, because a near man born, and I'm a Sia, and I'm a human and business in the day, said it's TV idea. And Yamia Dumke. Oh, first, they might don't force such a roughly 50 years ago. Yeah.
Wow. Now, what you wait to me?
Oh, actually,
in a day. Okay, what's supposed to say business I suppose.
Oh,
in a day, what do you mean? I say, oh, averagely, income to me to say.
Depend market, you know, say sometimes the market need to me. There was sometimes a so many swan on Motadia. On the starting from first now, Kobe drew 15 for the book about you are deal bar. You told me 500, 400. Yeah.
It's that business in your crowd.
Oh, one day in your crowd, yeah, when you be a 15 and 200 crowd, to that crowd, yes, I am.
15 years.
Yeah. Oh. Shasia wa kantamantu. Ba me brabina na hono de me e ko hono. Na mama so me ko ye me ko start bi. Anti kantamantu na me ton na me de ba ha. Ah me de be start wa ha no kakra kakra.
15 years awaiting me I the natural say baby wo. There are 15 years na dem need a juma wait me I am ma wan here. What was
oh, I know the infants and Numuna me wale the wale ya kwalami ensa you so am take care say djuma ya na me de show mo akra be duru sabre am you so am de show mo eko ti iguso inya ye de ba iguso aye ye ba ye bonya me mpa say enema betumi asesana nada oh da bia no de tama yisane de na bisi bia wi obepe bi sua adwuma bi na nkaja oh me de autolatrician na ma dwene wo so pa autolatrician omo ye car ho light ne ho ne ma nanka engineering nanka yes abibisa ntina school ko driver na wenti school de yendru be bia menru be bia fancy ji wiye GHS nwana me ade na want to oh wa nutia se boafo na eba ne ba ne sa nka boafo ni ho sa na ja to wiye ya na ye start ya ibb nkakra kra ne nso enam se boafo no sha dan ya yinti any first business I shall say oh no me school ni there me background han there started from handkerchief oda achimuda yeah so shall say with handkerchief yeah akra na ti enu mu na me de call me bra na de me call kantamanto na started food business and food business na ya be so sam ya so me auto electrician oh that but I see idea baby because I made show free no baby I memory kutangwala yiri kutangwala confiance akosu adwuma yiri we den wahwe so that say o me kwala akwa obi beko enchi obi beko SS na fianza san kosu adwuma say we den wahwe oh no and say maybe we are sure say why in 15 years when you home but then so unyanka obe fofo hefa na osha the next 5 years 10 years unyanka wa we ni beje oh no dey at least say mo unyambo bi na dey se bia wo nyina kwan hu no fi kwan we konya e bia wa so ho shop bi ana bibi so bi na dey so fa bi gum na o ton ana say ofo ba e betuma wa me fi say no bebo a wo ma ha ti bia beja ya wa wie e kan say onya bia so bia na bibia na fa ko tena bia say be boa wo tumi atena fa ko because the next ntumi nka say wo gina han mu say ya kwan hu sa ya o se mu baby awunya shirt no wan kasa wo nipa crafting ho ana say ukotu ti say dem ko fokoti ya kofa bill ni bi o so say bill ni na ya kofa bill okay kofa o ya kofa na kantamanto say hono mu yino nto mu ya na ya kofa bi hono ya so bi twa wa no say nda when you feel when you die when your property when your car you go so feel na mi go so miss that is how we are mi go so miss but yeah ba mi wow that is interesting ya mi ado at least ni say ya sha say you can you we sanity ya kan ni esiri nyame mpa ese nyame bebo ya hoden ni ya ye de beto asoma fe bibia so tu yes I mean sure pass on here kaka so madam you bon pa ese sa hoden ne be wo hoda na de wi bibia besa. This is a hustler story on everyday people, and I love Daddy's positive spirit. He's been doing this job for the past 15 years, and he's building a house he's yet to complete. If not for anything, Daddy has got something great coming out of this job. This is Everyday People. My name is Abigail Johnson, and then I'll see you in the next edition of this show.
Welcome to the Ghana ICT Hub, a partnership between MTN Ghana and the Government of Ghana through the Ministry of Communications and Digitization. MTN pledged to support Ghana's digitization agenda in line with its ambition to lead the delivery of digital solutions for Africa's progress. In fulfillment of this pledge, MTN Ghana has committed $25 million toward the realization of the Ghana ICT Hub project. The objectives of the Ghana ICT Hub project is anchored on the following: to create an ICT-enabled environment for human capital and ICT skills development, to develop an ICT ecosystem through remote access delivery to facilitate job creation for national development, to provide a modern, state-of-the-art physical infrastructure to serve as a pillar for the digital Ghana agenda. The physical infrastructure, when completed, will provide 4,000 square meters of space with the following facilities: laboratories for technology training and research, innovation hub, co-working spaces for tech innovation startups, Tier 3 data center, conferencing facilities, offices and meeting rooms, commercial lettable spaces, gaming area, restaurant, ancillary facilities. The technology laboratories will be fitted with the next generation ICT equipment and applications to provide the youth of Ghana with practical training in Industry 4.0 technologies such as artificial intelligence, AI, machine learning, cloud computing, 3D printing, robotics, Internet of Things, IoT, advanced manufacturing techniques, cybersecurity, genetic engineering. The project also seeks to establish a complete ecosystem at the hub through remote access delivery to facilitate job creation for national development. The ecosystem shall comprise of MDAs, technology companies, startups, incubators, research agencies, leading universities globally, foundations worldwide, to create a community. 1. The ecosystem community shall bridge the divide between academia and industry and provide solutions to challenges in the key sectors of health, agriculture, and educational sectors of the economy. 2. It shall also run an innovation program providing mentoring and networking for the youth in tech startups. 3. The ecosystem community shall establish an innovation fund to support startups, research agencies, and other entities in the ecosystem. MTN Ghana and the Ministry of Communications and Digitization are championing the Ghana digital agenda for Ghana's development. Welcome to the digital age.
Efitimra ora alantwe maten edibetu yase obepre no aye flag bearer edi ama MPP amanyoko no eyade amanyoko ni mu mpanimfo ahodo na na chese omode omo support ekokoma anu yie pa nanso ekomi akoyesa CC ade papa eka asanya ade obekobiem no na chese omo a omudi nachi no ebi mu atwetwe omo ede afri no ho anesa na eye no na GhanaWeb agbobo ye nipakuo nan bi omo kirema eye sankofo na CC no omo kirema omo movie on no kra baako eye Catherine Afeku ono kirema CC ode ni support ni na akoma eye Dr. Mahamudu Baomi o se ni energy no de ni nyina ama Baomi afi Richard Nyama no so no echire ma CC ade ode ni support na chese okoka eye campaign team ho ede ma lanchomate we CC ade enyamba so bianu nti no kwandai akonwa no o ma nani akohu yie pa no so press release eno no so ede ababeto dwan afi so mpo eye slide tete ono so echire ma nia eye alanchomate aka no an ode ni die nyina ama no ntogu so twen nia eye alanchomate ni next move chese obeteke no so ehunia obeye edi afa no anampo afa ho eda afi ni otwato so krampo eye mahwebedwani ede man praye so Davis ansa opoku enso echire ma an ewo mu se eye pape aka na asem na sempo no ode eye na ho ode ekota obi fufure echi a enya de omo sori ya na cheso omo so kokasan esanse yepe alanchomate asemunti no ye bedi na choche ma ni ode no ho kakobo no mebo omo modia no ma ye hwehwemu ede afa onipa no ansa na omo de omo support amon no mpo a omo tumi ayesa ade no.
Are you still searching for the right platform to share your voice, thoughts, and feelings? Then, the GhanaWeb Reporter on the GhanaWeb app is the perfect app for you. It is Ghana's only citizen journalism and infotainment platform. Wherever you are, whatever you are doing, GhanaWeb Reporter links you up to the world. The reporter also gives you the opportunity to blog or become a citizen journalist, so you share stories with the rest of the world about cities, music genres, pop culture, tech, politics, etc. Download the GhanaWeb app from the Google Play Store or App Store, on your smartphone and open it. Tap on the member button at the bottom of your screen and follow the easy steps to register with your phone number or email, and you are ready to become a reporter.
GhanaWeb Reporter, democratizing journalism and empowering content creators.
Mampeni da John Dramani Mahama emra na chese owa abemu de edin ahodo na na yede ma no ene baako eye a confirm ayese mampeni a confirm baako nso po yede to no eye government official one eno na fa eye airbus juma de chese ebeye de ye pa ewo eye Ghana hanom nene ni nsemfo bi a oka ede fa eye former special prosecutor eye Martin Amidu na chese 2020 mu ni nsema John Dramani Mahama ekafa eye Martin Amidu ho na chese asaba be pie mu biem ni nya ne se na sentemu eye mampeni na nadan kwakufuado ene ba conference okokodi djuma honom na chese otutu bi ye pa edemane eye former president John Dramani Mahama na enu echi no na chese asa kokotwe asemwe ede abaye tremu se emra eye special prosecutor ekotrem so akakoye report di nsemfo bi ebeto dwa efa former president okache nsan no ho bon eye airbus eye scandal no mu ye pa no na enu echi no mama koye interview no di tudwa na otrem se we was stupidity se bi ojimi sembe na wo ya sponsor kona koye reporter mimi ho asem na chese oba betro ede ato no sa ede not 2020 de otutu bi ye pa ede ma eye Martin Amidu
I want you so bad, Alpha Cracker. I want you. I wanna say yes, I can't resist. I want you. Ooh, I want you, Alpha Cracker. I want you so bad, Alpha Cracker.
Don't me call one casa.
Alpha goodness rich in milk and butter in Alpha Cracker. Yummy and deliciously crunchy.
But I can't resist you.
Alpha Crackers, simply irresistible.
This advert is FDA approved.
Asen Central Mrashebedwani IFN no se Kennedy Ejapon din semfo bi atudwa a wotwe so mu enche bi omo flag bearership race na anampo na bato na eba be koso no ono enya de a obesi form amobia enne ochina sompo eka ho esanse wonya ne ntie sa se manfo bi pese omo hwa na chese oyi ne hu firi ono nampo no osifiri akonya ochire enya de a obesi da okwa anesa na otwe ma so no abato yom kwakoto ye 4 November se nyame ya adoma ne obewini na wawini but se eye nkabom ebe koso ewo MPP amanyoko ni ma enam se ne abaye anampo no ya amanyoko no ebesi ato aba no ede afa transparency ebetumi abem but ono de assistant no ono Kennedy menya de obesi form enne ochina sompo eka ho.
Everyone needs the perfect snack to munch on during a fun moment.
Wow.
Enjoy the tasty McBerry Twist cupcakes, deliciously baked and packaged for a sweet treat. Premium quality cakes baked with love for all, enriched in butter and milk.
Yummy.
McBerry Twist cupcakes, simply irresistible. Try one.
We want to welcome in our midst a leader of the House, Honorable Ama Kofi-Boa. Yes, a very, very good friend of mine. And he is the gentleman who made the statement, Aji. So take a good look at him now. And he's also one of my key brothers on the Mines and Energy Committee. We need to acknowledge him. He came to just observe proceedings. Leader, you are most welcome.
Thank you, Chairman.
Yes.
I wasn't here when
we started.
But I am very sure that the substance and the reasons why this referral was made by the Speaker has really been stated. I think that at the end of the day, we all believe that we should have a professional police service at the heart of everything else. whose core objective is to ensure the safety and security of the state, with professionals that are dedicated to that job. And I think that is the core of why you are here. So we are very happy to have them. I'm very proud of what they do every day. Thank you.
Thank you, leader, for your kind words. It seems to me that is the purpose of everything. Yeah. So, my good lady on my right will continue.
Thank you, Chair. My last question. IG, I want all of us to disabuse the perceptions out there. From the onset of these proceedings, the evidence adduced to the fact that the tape was meant for the president. And Chief Bugri Nabu went to the extent of telling the committee that he handed over the tape to the president. I was surprised when the witnesses mentioned that you have the original tape. What can you tell the committee about this? Or what can you say about this? Thank you.
Honorable Chair, another wide allegation. I don't know which of them, my brothers who made that statement. Then I could probably ask the committee for him to go with me and tell me where I put it. Because technically, I don't have it. I don't know about it. So why should somebody come here and make such wild allegation without proving a bit of it? And then I'm asked to respond to it. Honorable Chair, I beg of you. I beg of you. I don't have it. And I pray that maybe going forward, we should make sure when people make allegations, they should provide at least a shred of evidence before maybe an invitation is made for somebody to come and speak to it. But now, looking at the proceedings and the way I feel, it's like allegations have been made, and then nobody provided a shred of evidence, and the allegations are out there in the public, and the allegations touches on my person, even though it has nothing directly to do with me, especially with all the wild allegations they are made about the management of the police service, which I do with my team, because without the word we, I can't make any pronouncement when I'm leading an organization. I don't use the word I. Then I'm being asked to speak to allegations that have not been substantiated with a shred of evidence. Then, after I've answered the allegations, I'm being told that when there is a in-camera meeting, those people who have evidence to now substantiate an allegation, then why couldn't we have waited for them to provide all those allegations, even though belated? Evidence, even though belated. For myself and my counsel to look at them, and probably those that extend beyond me with my management board, whom I always work in concert with, to look at them, and then we can come and apply them appropriately. But now, allegation unsubstantiated, I'm speaking to it, and my feeling is that that is the bit of it that will be for the public, but the rare game has been put is what they now have again against me. And yet we have also been told that it's not a police service which is on trial here, because we have police institutional structures to deal with anybody who has a complaint, which I know they don't have, except that the shame that have come upon them. They are trying to twist it and divert attention. And we allowed them to go on that fishing expedition, acting as octopuses in their quest to find something by whatever means to affect my person and my integrity. Honorable Chair, I think we need to look at this carefully, because that is not fair. Having said that, I don't have anything. I don't know about it, and they should stop it. I thank you.
Excuse me. Inspector General of Police, with the greatest of respect, the allegation started at plenary. And the Speaker thought it wise that they should delve into the allegations. So we should be careful the manner in which we want to look at what is happening, lest it can even go to say that the Speaker was wrong. The Speaker should have, with the greatest respect, done his own homework very well and even adduce evidence before making the referral. So I crave your indulgence. It might not be palatable, but what I know, and most people know, that the so-called allegations were on the video, on the audio tape. You will call it allegations, fine. And those allegations had penetrated the realm called Ghana. It's gone viral. And some people have spoken to those matters. You are doing the same. If they cannot substantiate what they are saying, you are blessed. That's the end of the matter. But we've also been warned that we should be careful that we don't wash our dirty linen in public. So this is a very, strategic interrogation we are trying to do. Not that we didn't have a sense of doing a good job by saying that bring the substance of the matter first before we start the interrogation. Because what we had to start off with is the basic raw material, which is a video. What are we going to do about it? The audio, I'm sorry. So please, it's a sense of how you say it, but the sense of Parliament is different. Because if we are not careful, then you want to even indict the referral from the Speaker. The Speaker is not considering what we call substantive matters. You know, the Speaker is a conveyor belt of allegations. That is it. That will be the import if you push your argument too far. But let's leave it. But today, I'm sure everybody in Ghana will see that this committee has been very fair to the IGP. I have to tell you to your face. Because a window of opportunity was given to the IGP to state his position. We've not asked you for evidence, have we? We've not asked you to give us any evidence. They did the same. But the evidence, if any, will be in camera. So we don't know where we've gone wrong in this matter. But I am of the humble view that we'll give the devil his due. If there is no evidence, trust this committee to state it forcibly that the individuals here, they were on a frolic of their own. The whole thing is actuated by malice.
Welcome
they
to
do
the
not have
Ghana
any evidential
ICT
support.
Hub,
It should be
a
part of
partnership
our
between
finance
MTN
of fact.
Ghana and the government
But
of
how
Ghana
can we
through
do
the
the
Ministry of
finance of fact
Communications
if
and
we don't now
Digitization.
invite them?
MTN pledged
Would
to
you
support
be able to
Ghana's
substantiate
digitization
what is on the
agenda
tape?
in line with its ambition to
This is what
lead
we are
the
trying to
delivery
do.
of digital
Because the tape
solutions
came
for
first
Africa's progress.
as the
In
allegation,
fulfillment of this pledge,
and we need the
MTN Ghana
substance
has
of the
committed
tape.
$25 million
And
toward the
what can we do
realization
about
of the
it?
Ghana
Unless we call
ICT
somebody
Hub project.
to say whether
objectives
this
of
is
the
your
Ghana
voice
ICT
on
Hub
the tape
project is anchored
and,
on the following:
the
to
rest of
create
it.
an ICT
So
enabled
please, I
environment
know.
for human capital
I know
and
that,
ICT skills development, to develop
it's a
an
difficult
ICT
moment for everybody.
ecosystem through
Institutional
remote
challenges,
access
the rest of
delivery
it.
to facilitate
But I
job
don't see
creation for
any
national
other
development,
way
to provide
that
a
we
modern,
could have gone about
state-of-the-art
what
physical
we are doing.
infrastructure to serve as a pillar
See,
for the
because
digital
we need
Ghana
to
agenda.
really
The physical
weigh the issues
infrastructure,
critically,
when
and then we'll have
completed, will
those
provide
moments.
4,000 square meters
And
of space
your lawyer
with
will
the
be there
following
if they are unable to
facilities:
substantiate it.
laboratories for technology training and
You
research,
know how to
innovation
write
hub,
a
co-working
report.
spaces for tech innovation startups.
So
Tier
please,
3
I know
data
it's a
center, conferencing
painful
facilities,
moment for you.
offices and meeting rooms,
But
commercial
we
lettable
didn't
spaces,
originate the trouble.
gaming area, restaurant, and
this
ancillary
committee
facilities.
didn't originate the
technology
trouble.
laboratories
And we
will be
didn't
fitted
see
with the
any other
next-generation
strategic
ICT
way
equipment
of
and
trying to
applications
handle
to
a
provide the
difficult
youth of
matter
Ghana
like
with
this,
practical
which
training
was already in the public
Industry
domain.
4.0 technologies such as
Allegations
artificial
that
intelligence,
you are talking
AI,
about has
machine
been fed
learning,
the
cloud
public already.
computing, 3D
Before we were
printing,
constituted.
robotics, Internet of Things, IoT,
So I crave your
advanced
kind
manufacturing
indulgence. Have a
techniques,
little patience for us.
cybersecurity, genetic
And
engineering.
trust this
The project
committee,
also seeks to establish a
that
complete
there's
ecosystem
nothing
at the hub
that,
through remote
I
access
mean, we do
delivery to
untoward.
facilitate job creation
And if
for national
the
development.
evidence is in
The
your favor,
ecosystem
you have
shall
it.
comprise of
And your
MDAs,
name will be
technology
hallowed.
companies, startups,
As for
incubators,
allegations,
research
they can remain
agencies,
allegations. But
leading
if you can't prove
universities
it, you will
globally,
say so.
foundations worldwide
That X
to create
and Y
a
couldn't
community.
prove. If they can prove
the
it,
ecosystem
you will say
community
so.
shall bridge
That they
the
proved
divide
it.
between academia and industry
please,
and provide
it's like that.
solutions to challenges in the
I don't
key
want to talk
sectors
about
of
mine.
health, agriculture, and
Allegations against me.
educational
I don't want to
sectors
talk
of the
about it.
economy. 2. It shall also run an innovation
If you're concerning
program, providing
this
mentoring
meeting.
and networking for the youth in
please,
tech startups.
let's
3.
have some,
the ecosystem community shall
patience
establish an
and
innovation fund
let truth
to
to come
support
out.
startups,
You don't have to
research
worry too much
agencies,
about it.
and other entities
Madam,
in the ecosystem.
do you have more issues to
MTN
raise?
Ghana and the Ministry of Communications and Digitization are championing the
Efitimra ora alantwe matin ede betu ya se obepre no ya flag bearer ede ama MPP amanyoko no eyade amanyoko ni mu mpanimfo ahodo na na chese omode omo support ekokoma anu yie pa nanso ekomi akoyesa CC ade papa eka asanya ade obekobiem no na chese omo a omudi na chi no ebi mu atwetwe omo ede afri no ho anesa na eye no na GhanaWeb agbobo ye nipakuo nan bi omo kirema eye sankofo na CC no omo kirema omo movie on no kra baako eye Catherine Afeku ono kirema CC ode ni support nyina akoma eye Dr. Mahamudu Baomi o se ni energy no de ni nyina ama Baomi afi Richard Nyama no so no echire ma CC ade ode ni support na chese okoka eye campaign team ho ede ma lanchomate we hu se CC ade enyamba so bianu nti no kwandai akonwa no o ma nani akohu yie pa no so press release eno no so ede ababeto dwan afi so mpo eye slide tete ono so echire ma nia eye alanchomate aka no an ode nidie nyina ama no ntogo so twen nia eye alanchomate ni next mover chese obeteke no so ehunia obeye ede afa no anampo afa ho e na afi ni otwa to so krampo eye mahwebedwani ede man praye so Davis ansa opoku enso echire ma an ewo mu se eye pape aka na asem na sempo no ode eye na ho ode ekota obi fufure echi a enya de omo sori ya na cheso omo so kokasan esanse yepe alanchomate asemunti no ye bedi na choche ma ni ode no ho kakobọ no mebo omo modia no ma ye hwehwemu ede afa onipa no ansa na omo de omo support amon no mpo omo
What we are doing, there's an authority for it. And I know you are a very powerful lecturer, but let's look at, I think you've paid regard to the Supreme Court authority of Raphael Kubaji and versus Asari and others. Councillor, you know this authority, the Supreme Court.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, let me tell you what a principle that the Supreme Court enunciated. That's what we call substantial danger of unfair prejudice. There's something like that. That if we are not careful, some matters will bring about substantial danger of unfair prejudice. And also the Supreme Court said the one who is listening to evidence should have the power of what they call discretionary exclusionary rule. That is the point. So the referee or the judge should have the power of discretionary exclusionary rule. So you can use your discretion to exclude some things because of what you and I know could have national security implications. And you could use your discretion to permit some things. So even the Supreme Court allows that this is done. But in the final analysis, I do not know that you will be shortchanged. Because look at all the space we're giving the IGP. I mean, to also, put his case across. Do you want me to go into issues of evidence?
Honorable Chairman.
Please.
So, where I was going to end would have been as follows. Once we complete this public hearing, we would beg leave of the committee and leave and go home and let the committee meet whoever has evidence to substantiate whatever. Subsequently, share that evidence with us, we'll spend time to review it and invite us back.
Council, leave that to us. I've never seen somebody going to play a football match. And as a matter of fact, is trying to determine the scores. I know you are a lawyer of repute, but leave it to the committee. And credit us with a modicum of honesty. 1, powers of discretion, and above all, common sense. Trust me, and I want to say so, and all the members here, Patrick Boama is not cheap. My brother, my vice chairman is not cheap. These are police officers. What will be the credit to us to mess up your client, the head of the police service, and by extension, the entire service? All these matters, we've been educated about it. And we will tell you how we're going to run these matters. In fact, we need to also do serious consultations as well, because even in our meeting, I don't have to tell you everything, before we met you, some issues have come up. It's not got to do with any evidence. It's got to do with procedure, command structures, and how you treat the one in charge. We will look at all these things. So please don't be apprehensive about anything. What you are going to get from this committee is that the IGP and any other witness will never be shortchanged by this committee. I want to state that forcefully, because people are calling me about it. I have to be very sensitive about what you are doing. There is nobody here that will use this platform to discredit. You won't do it. To counsel,
Chairman, thank you.
Well,
thank you.
Be rest assured. Leader, you want to leave here? Okay.
Well, let me thank you very much, and let me thank the committee for the work so far. And let me take the opportunity to let the police service know the police service is not on trial. And I was very clear in my mind when I stood up on the floor of Parliament to basically call on the Speaker. And all the reason I did that was because I heard voices of professional police officers, supposedly, said things that were unbelievable, that I thought should not be said. And I said to myself that, is this true? If this is true and it permeates in the police service, we need to know and address it in recommendations so that we can be sure that we have professional police service that will protect the interests of this country, especially when it comes to the stability of this country and our democracy, which is really renewed every 4 years in elections. And so, to the proud police officers that are dedicated and professionals, that are honest, that are doing the right thing, there's nothing to worry about. Precisely. And so I want to thank you. The police service is on trial. Good people of the police service are not on trial. People who are in the police service, who are turning it into a political football, are those who we want to fish out. And that's the mandate of this committee. Thank you.
Well said. Now, unknown to me, and in the background is the Deputy Interior Minister, Honorable Nana Eya. I'm sorry, we were hiding, so we didn't see you. Yes, as an MP, this is your rightful place. I'm sorry about it, yeah. Where is the Honorable Deputy Minister? Oh, please, why don't you come and take your rightful place? As a member of parliament, you are okay here. But solidarity to the Inspector General of Police, or you came to observe proceedings? The IGP must be important, you know. Yes. I see. Good to know. You finish? Okay. Now, I will ask a few questions and then I won't go beyond it. And then I'll give space to my brother over here. And then I'll come to Vice if he has more things to say. Aji, I got the impression that when you are a senior police officer, you can be an ADC to anybody, and it doesn't matter who is in power. It seems to me that is your lot. Is that not so?
Honorable Chair, the most important thing is this. We are police officers who have sworn an oath to do the job of policing. And wherever you are assigned, you have no choice and you don't complain.
I got the impression you were with Professor, my lecturer in company law, one of the best lecturers I've met, of blessed memory, Professor John Evans Atamels. You know, when he was vice president, you were the AD camp, were you?
Honorable Chair, I think I've addressed this question a couple of times and did indicate that I was an ADC.
Good.
So,
yes, and I get the flow. I'm not confused at all. And also, you also helped now the National Security Minister as a special assistant. The same man.
Yes, I did.
And when he left the place, Honorable Kwame Nabatels came, also an MPP man, and then you were there to assist.
Yes, I did.
Okay, fine. Now, there is something very interesting, and it is that you have been dealing with the former president, former President John Mahama, and you've been I nearly said you've been flirting, no? You've been engaging consistently. Is there any truth in that? And what is the content of your engagement?
Honorable Chair, that is incorrect. Another set of allegations, just another set of allegations, just as it is, to make it look that I'm a policeman who is doing politics. I am not. I'm a professional police officer, and I don't do such things. So it is falsehood. Unless maybe they have something to prove that. But it is falsehood. It's not true. So they should stop it. They can use any other means to get any other thing that they want, but not lying about me in a serious manner. I thank you.
Is there anything wrong?
Honorable Chair.
Let me finish. Is there anything wrong for an Inspector General of Police to be talking to the opposition leader? Is there anything wrong?
Honorable Chair, the position of Inspector General of Police, and by extension every police officer, is to serve the good people of this country, of which the former president is one of those. And there is nothing wrong with that. But there is a distinction between something that has happened and something that has not happened, and people want to create it in order to make their case look good, so as to for them to get what they want, because they know that type of information sells, and that is shameful.
Do you visit ex-president Dramani Mahama? Do you visit him?
Honorable Chair, I don't visit His Excellency the Vice and the former president. I don't.
Does he visit you?
Honorable Chair, Chairman, the former president does not visit me.
Will you rebuff his visits, and why?
Honorable Chair, like I said, I am a professional police officer. We are servants of the people, including His Excellency the former president. And in my earlier submission, I did say, even including a child of a week old, as long as there is a service from policing point of view to be provided, whoever is involved, I have a constitutional duty and responsibility to get it done. And that is what it is.
Good. There is would I be right to say that, I mean, in terms of rank, you are a subordinate of the IGP? Okay, fine. There is a member of parliament here, and he's a member of the committee, and you're subordinate. And he says that he has some questions for you. I've told him that you should be careful that all the rules about the command structure and service inquiry and police council, you shouldn't write a book this afternoon. So please, honorable member, before you is your superior.
Honorable Chair. Sorry.
Yes.
No, I'm not. You described my colleague as he's a retired superintendent of police.
Oh, okay.
He left the service honorably, and so now there are no strings attached whatsoever.
Oh, okay.
If you put him in that pigeonhole, you are mentioning service inquiry, and so it means that he could actually become the subject of an inquiry if he doesn't comport himself well in the presence of the IGP. We need to clear the air that my colleague is a retired officer, just as Honorable Ophelia is. She is also a retired police woman. She is no longer subject to the discipline of the service.
Okay.
So we need to highlight some of these things so that we are guided.
I can see the IGP's lawyer is laughing now because he knows that if these people were serving police officers, they wouldn't be sitting here. I forgive your trespasses. So, the IG is before you. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairman. I think that the Ghana Police Service is very proud to have members coming from that angle sitting in Parliament, because there are some technical issues that anytime we find ourselves in committees like this, we provide some level of expertise. And that is why even the chairman himself is confused. He thinks that having served as a police officer before, if I sit as a member of Parliament and the Inspector General of Police is before me to ask questions, I will be a bit intimidated because he used to be my boss. That is not the case. What is the case is that the IGP is happy to find some of his sons in other jurisdictions doing fantastically well and still making the police proud wherever we find ourselves. Mr. Chairman, I want to take the opportunity to let the IGP know, as you've said it and I need to re-echo, the Ghana Police Service is not on trial.
Very good.
No.
Yes.
The Inspector General of Police is not an accused person.
No.
What we are doing, strictly according to our mandate, is to ensure, the bigger picture is that we should ensure that we have a better Ghana Police Service. A police service that is professional, a police service that respects the laws of this country, and a police service that can work well for us to go and sleep well. So if you head that institution, anytime we find you, we'll revere you, praying that you appreciate the fact that you are appointed to discharge a particular function. And in this broad country where you have your role to play, it is our prayer that you do it well, such that one day when you retire, as your colleagues are all gone, I work with Mr. Paul Tawiakwe, I've worked with Mr. Ahmed Al-Hassan, I have worked with Mr. David Asante-Apietu. So just be aware that one day you will also be gone. But when you are gone, what will be your legacy? The question. IG, all these things we are talking about is all about your leadership style and what is your vision? So my first question is, what is your vision as Inspector General of Ghana Police Service?
Honorable Chair, thank you very much. The first point I have to make is that even though it has been handled, even if my colleagues were to be in the service, they will still have the privilege of asking me questions and asking them, because I have a listening ear. And I keep telling my colleagues here, and they keep even teasing me with it. Because I tell them, God knows why He gave us, each one of us, 2 years and 1 month. From that analysis philosophically, I think God wants us to listen more and talk half of the time of the listening. That is why the ratio is 2:1. You listen twice, you speak once. That is my understanding. So the police I lead, I work it out in such a way that my colleagues and I, as we tour the country, engaging the police people across the country, something I've done about 92% with all my colleagues, and then engaging the personnel and the communities.
Sorry, Chairman. Sorry, Aji. You know, I won't allow you to take a whole of the time because I want you to go and rest. But you answer my question. What is the vision of the IGP? Straight, just simple. Because there are questions that will follow. I just want you to state the vision, then we'll go ahead. Thank you.
Honorable Chair, allow me to finish. I was about landing, so that I'm not cut halfway. And also, I will plead with you, in order to ensure that I flow appropriately. I'm very measured in terms of the answers I give, and you have felt it. I know when to end it. So the important point is that this engagement gives me the privilege to hear more and work with our colleagues to use it to improve it. And even that, as I speak to you, is the part of the vision that I came onto the position with. But that vision has to be in tandem with the vision of the police service. And that is my vision. My personal vision is my commitment to work in concert with my leaders, my officers at the national level, at the regional level, at the divisional level, at the district level, at the station level, to turn the corner in terms of policing in this country. And like I said, to make the police the best institution in the country and a reference point for Africa and beyond. And this also sits well with the broad vision of the police service, which is to become a world-class police service capable of delivering a planned, democratic, protective, and peaceful services up to the standard of international best practice. So when we get to the standard of international best practice, then definitely there is every indication that we become a best institution that people can use as a reference point when they want to set standards. So that is what it is. I thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much. IG, on your appointment, you were seen by many as the constable's IGP, the sergeant's IGP. In other words, the other ranks IGP. Because you've been a constable before. You've been a sergeant before. You were seen as the senior police officer's IGP because you've traveled from ASP to where you are now. You were seen as the academics IGP. You hold a PhD. You were seen as a professional. And in fact, many of the professionals see you as one of them. And they believe that if you fail, you will not be forgiven. You have promotion speedily. In less than 7 years, you move from constable to superintendent. And that was academic. I am referring you to regulation, the Police Service Regulation 2012. If I read Regulation 37.7, it says, that's year 76. An officer who attains higher academic qualification is not entitled to promotion by reason only of that academic qualification. IG, this is the lacuna in this instrument from 2012 up to date. It's more than 10 years. People have gone to school, they've completed. But the law says you cannot be promoted by virtue of just having that academic certificate alone. Having benefited from academic promotions yourself, do you think it is time to look at this provision again?
Honorable Chair, this provision, like Honorable Member did refer to, has been in existence since 2012, and if I'm not mistaken, October of that year. And it has been something that has been implemented since then by all successive police administrations. And the Ghana Police Service under my watch now is ensuring compliance of that law. So our hands are tied when it comes to people who have gone to school and they are coming and they are asking for promotion. And it didn't start on the watch of this current administration. It is 11 years or more ago. And this is something that has been implemented. But unfortunately, it is being circulated around and making it feel that as if the current administration that I lead, we have denying people their promotion because they have gone to school. And then it has become difficult for me to speak to it because after they have petitioned the police council asking for some sort of mercy in terms of this promotion, and while the police council was considering the matter, they took it to court. So it's not something that is the creation of the current administration. It is 11 or something years old, and the people involved know it. But they present the matter out there and make it look like it is the current administration which has come to invent something to deny their promotion. That is not a good thing, that you allow your selfish interest to overshadow the reputation of an institution and an individual and a team leading it now. So in terms of the attempt to change it, Honorable Chair, the law is as it is. We cannot involve ourselves as an administration in illegality as those who came before us did not involve themselves in that illegality. So if there is anything to be done about it, that would be the suggestion you are looking at. Because I am a believer of education, not for the purposes of getting a paper qualification, but a mental qualification of knowledge and not just having the knowledge stored in your head, but the knowledge being applied. Because this is only then knowledge become power. It's not its accumulation with that application. So, Honorable Chair, until the matter is determined in court, it will be difficult for me to speak to the possible amendment or otherwise of that regulation. I thank you.
IG, I think the question is seeking to elicit an opinion from you, looking at the way the provision is couched, you know, and so we are aware that some officers have sued, but nevertheless, you know, such an opinion would not be prejudicial to what is before the courts, because this committee, if you look at the terms of reference, we have also been tasked to make recommendations which possibly could lead to legislative reform.
Yeah.
And so that is, I think, what the Honorable Peter had in mind. We are not dragging you into the pending litigation where you could be cited for or contempt. In any case, you are privileged because you are before Parliament. Whatever happens here, I mean, nobody can take you out and cite you for contempt for speaking to a committee of Parliament. Because you are the one who implements this particular regulation. So if it is no longer fit for purpose, I mean, you could share your thoughts with us and then we can be guided as a committee. I mean, it's very important, this particular provision.
Yes. Do you want to make an intervention?
No.
No.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, I was just worried about the pending case.
Yes. In fact, I was going to respectfully invite the IGP to do a paper if he doesn't have confidence in this regulation, and then we will know how the minister will have to do the necessary amendments. So that's what it is. I don't want him to dilate on the entire thing, but the legal department and is coming together. You can do a paper that, look, this is very inimical to, I mean, the progress of others in the service or otherwise. So please, let's leave it as it is, but I agree with council that we should leave it as it is. And if there's any paper, you can share it with the committee, and then we look at it. Council, are you winding up?
Honorable Chair, if I may.
Honorable Chair, I'm done. Once you have agreed with me.
Honorable Chair, if I may say something slightly on that matter, because I was going to end a component in respect. I was going to add a little thing in respect of that question, because my brother did refer to the privilege I had benefiting from that. But the most important thing is that I will be the last person, and in fact, the very last person to deprive anybody of his promotion. I can't even think of that. My colleagues who work with us in the context of the appointment and promotion board cannot even think of that. We work as a team. So we want it to be on record. And thank you.
So, Inspector General of Police, be good enough to give us a paper relative to the regulation 37.7, and then we'll make it part of our recommendations. Officer and Member of Parliament, are you winding up, or you have a long way to go?
Chairman, thank you very much. I just started, but you know what you did to me? Basically, what he did was make sure that I'm the last person to speak. So many of the questions will be gone, and they're actually gone. So don't worry, I will soon finish. Inspector General of Police, you and I know that when you go on parade and they say stand at ease, It is a leadership drill that is being taught even at that basic level. As you open your legs wide, one leg is on the police public, your other leg is on the general public. And when you stand well, you are relaxed. That is why we say you are at ease. At any material time that the police public is not happy or the general public is not happy, you find yourself wobbling. Commissioner Mensah says, in his opinion, you are the worst IGP in his 31-year-old career. That is his opinion. And he cited things like even assessing crime statistics these days by the public is difficult. Police public relations officers across the regions have all been shut up. They don't speak again. You are here with us, and it's an opportunity. For me, I think there's an opportunity for you to tell Ghanaians. If this assessment from Commissioner Mensah is wrong, as you alluded to initially, and you mentioned a lot of things that you are doing, I've also just mentioned two things that he also mentioned. In doing the balancing act, what will be your comment regarding public relations activities and accessibility to information from the police by the public? Thank you.
Honorable Chair, thank you. Honorable Chair, listening to the Honorable Member, I picked three of them, and maybe one is in one container. Two are in one container, and the other is in a different container. The first one, we were talking about the police community. And I can assure you, the police community is at peace with itself. Let me say this, Honorable Chair, as leaders and by godly natural design, you can't have everybody liking you. And even it will not happen that everybody will like you. Let's be very analytical on this matter. As somebody who believes in tradition and culture because of my multi-ethnic background, as a Ghanaian, everywhere you want to install a chief or a busuapeni, not everybody will agree on a candidate. Yet at the end of the day, we get a candidate, and the rest who may not like that candidate, the leader and the leadership have to find a way of pulling everybody together. Even if you want to be very divine, let's go to the religious field, where God Almighty superintend in terms of who should be his rep in this world in connecting to us as his creation. Even in there, when a leader of a church is being appointed, they go through a process where some people may choose somebody and then others also may choose. But at the end of the day, the one who marshals the maximum numbers become. And not everybody did that for him. And Honorable Chair, permit me to use your individual self in terms of your constituency election to become members of parliament. Nobody voted and got 100% before coming here. And even in some cases, nobody even got 50%, especially when you have multiple candidates. So some people may be members of parliament with about 40% or thereabout, representing a constituency made up of 100% of people. That is what it is. So in the same context within the police service, as Inspector General of Police, working with my colleagues, we as a team, we can't get everybody appreciating what we do. But this is what we do differently. Because we have what I call mindfulness mindset. We are aware of this, and we try to get everybody along, irrespective of whether the person likes or does not. And I've demonstrated it. These are my brothers. In spite of all what is happening, at the break, I walk to them. We have the chat. Means getting along. We may have differences, but that should not stop us from working together. So this is what we've done, pulling everybody together and having majority, a very substantial majority of the police community being so happy and falling in love with us because we won their hearts and minds in terms of what we do. And I give you about 3 of them. First, and I started this when I was the Director General Welfare. I toured almost everywhere in the country, visiting police people who are indisposed and they are in their homes. Some years, nobody has visited them. And it gave me an understanding of the suffering of some police people when they are becoming indisposed and everybody has forgotten about them. So through that, we work on mechanisms and brought them to the picture and provided them with all the support that they need. It's something that I have continued when I became the Inspector General of Police. Everywhere across the country that I have been to, the 92 or thereabout %, going to every village, every town, every city across the country, I touch base and visit all police people who are indisposed. And after that, we work towards making sure that they get the needed help. That led to the even establishment of the Police Emergency Medical Intervention Fund. That can take every police officer to everywhere in the country and be provided with support. These are some of the soft touches, soft things that we do beyond all the broad things, including not denying everybody promotion and having a listening ear. But 2 more of those soft things. Anytime, anybody, and mostly at the highest level, need to be reassigned, I call them personally. Some of them, after we have discussed at POMAP, and we think that this person should go here and go there, at times we put it even across for POMAP to look and suggest names that will go to places. And I call them personally to check and plead with them based on my regimental diplomacy so that they can go and function there. So that they go with a very positive and encouraged mindset. So that at the end of the day, where those people have issues, maybe my child is preparing for BC, maybe I just moved my family from this place and my wife or somebody is involved in something, we consider it. And when we consider that, we stop it and then find alternative officer to handle that. Again, every police officer, including all my colleagues at the very top, brother, sister, is how I introduce them. And then, speaking to them, please, thank you, regimental diplomacy. And finally, another soft of, until recently that I've reduced it. Every day across the country, I pick one police officer in each region celebrating his birthday or her birthday, and I call to wish the person a happy birthday. All in the quest of bringing everybody on board, especially the limited number who naturally, by natural law, will not be with you, so that they also feel comfortable and belong. Imagine you are there in your district or station and receive a call, and IGP said, today is your birthday, and I want to wish you a happy birthday. There have been 2 instances that I have been in a region, Nicodemously organized for a cake and walk to a police station and handing over the cake to the person, and then becomes a party there and then. So we know that not everybody will like us, but we have a way of making sure that everybody feel belong. And we've done that with my colleagues as a team and get into that. Now coming to the other issue of the Public Affairs Department. Honorable Chair, it is something we have discussed at POMAP, agree upon a strategy for redefining our engagement with the public in a manner that sits well with international best practice. You have had a system where you get up in the morning, everybody across the country, across at times district, division, and regional level, granting interviews on matters of police from a perspective that at times not informed by the full facts. And at the end of it all, when the facts come, the organization look unpresentable, and you keep dampening the spirit of the organization and continue to smear the image of the service in bad light. So we agreed at POMAP that we need to redefine it as part of our transformation agenda, such that at the end of the day, before you speak to a matter, be sure that you have the full facts, so that gradually we will create a system where something happened and the whole community, the whole people will say that until the police have come out, we don't believe what is being said. Rather than having a system where everybody is talking, would have truth, and putting the police in bad light because people think that it's coming from the police, it's not creditworthy. How can we then win the hearts and minds of the public for them to partner with us to police them in a manner that will make the country feel at peace? So all this matter is not the invention of Dampare. It is something that we've looked at and then got all the commanders at all levels involved and get their input before it's handled. Because I quite remember a police management with regional commanders meetings were held, and all the PROs were brought, and they deliberated on this, and we all saw that this is good for the organization. Then the question that came, then how do we do things and inform the public timely so that there won't be any gap? Then we said that we will not sit down for things to happen on Friday and we behave as if we are not a security institution. We said that it is in the weekend, so we will inform the public the next day, the next Monday. But we know, from my little understanding of media and information space, it's like a chair. Whoever walks in first sits on it. And you cannot come and sit on top of him or her. By that time, the public might have been informed or misinformed based on that information. So we need to have a very efficient way of getting information there as soon as possible. That is why you see that in recent times, information from police across all our media space are delivered on matters as soon as we have the full facts that will inform the public to continue to deepen their trust, confidence, and respect for us. We do that irrespective of the time of the day. You can have us seen coming out with information in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, in the night, at dawn. And at times when you release information at dawn, then you hear the next day people are saying, these people, don't they sleep? Because we love what we do and we are committed doing it. So we are living international best practice. And this has redefined the way we go about pushing half-truth there and using that to dampen the spirit of the organization. And finally, we have even gone to the extent of ensuring that when that information is out there, there is no way it becomes something that people cannot rely on. So, Honorable Chair, there is nothing that we are doing that is not informed by our strategy to transform and become the best institution in the country and reference point for the world. And by way of example, internationally and nationally, we are also learning from other institutions the way they conduct their public affairs. So the international standards we are looking for is both national in character and an international also in character or design. So we are very focused in working together as a team and with the public and with all stakeholders, including Parliament, to ensure that we have the best service in Africa and beyond.
Conclude today's proceedings. So, Honorable, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Chairman. I have one question, and then I will just make it very brief. It is in two parts, A and B. The A is just requiring you to say yes or no. The A is requiring you to just say yes or no. IG, has Chief Buguru Nabu ever lobbied for you to become or to be appointed Inspector General of Police? Just yes or no.
Honorable Chair, the fundamental point is this. I have been in the service for all this long. By the grace of God.
I crave your kind indulgence. Your man is saying just answer yes or no. Was he part of the lobbying team to get you, appointed as the IG? Yes or no?
Honorable Chair.
Yes.
The answer is no.
IG, you should count yourself very lucky that you found a parliamentary committee telling you that this document here, CI-76, should be reviewed. I'm sure if you wanted to review it and you wanted to get parliamentarians to listen to you, you go through a lot of frustration. So this is free counseling. The last question. You and I know that if a police regional commander reports to you that a particular district commander doesn't have the capacity to become a district commander, and he wants you to transfer him or her, the question you'll be asking is, where should I send him or her to? What have you done about the incapacity or incompetence of such an officer? You have a responsibility to recommend capacity building for such an officer so that the person will be updated for use. You can't abandon an officer and the government will be paying such a person at your level. If you find an assistant commissioner, a chief superintendent of police, probably 6-7 years in his rank, not being promoted, by virtue of the fact that the person's competence level is questionable. IGP, two options: abandon to rot, or spend money to build capacity and promote and use. Which one will be your choice? Thank you.
Honorable Chair, the most important thing is that it's something that we have found a way of deliberating upon it since I came on board as the head of the organization. And my colleagues and I, we've not been able to agree, and knowing the point I've made here, that I've always been a team player. And once we've not have a solid consensus, that has been the bane of the issue. But I can assure you, it's a deep reflection for us, and we are going to look at it and work with God's speed and get that thing handled in a manner that everybody will feel at peace. I thank you.
Now, Vice Chair.
This question may not sound palatable to the ears of the political class, but nevertheless I would ask, with your kind permission, Chairman, IGP, it has been said here that you are in the habit of arresting politicians for traffic infractions. An example was given to the effect that a second vice chairman of a political party was arrested by they said you what is your reaction to this? Do you have applied your laws in a targeted manner with the aim to fishing out politicians and dealing with them, so to speak? I need your reaction to this because it's very important, you know.
Honorable Chair, the most important thing is this. I am the Inspector General of Police. I work in concert with my officers at POMAB and all other commanders across the country. As we sit here, people have been arrested in accordance with law. I am not the one doing the arrest. So I have not personally arrested anybody by being discriminatory. It's just that police officers are out there doing their work of enforcing the law. And then they are not doing it on my instructions. They are doing it in accordance with the laws of the country which have been passed by Parliament. So this is exactly what they are doing out there. And we understand the discomfort that such arrests by these officers happen. And I pray and wish that as a country we'll get to a point where our compliance with law will be such that those arrests will not even arise. Because, Honorable Chair, you agree with me. When my colleagues and I had opportunity with this privilege, and once again, with appreciation to Mr. President for appointing me as the Inspector General of Police, in our quest to transform, we saw that indiscipline on our roads were getting to a point of no return. And the number of accidents and the associated death or injuries leading to amputation of legs and hands and other parts of the body was becoming something unthinkable. So we decided to work in a way that will send the right message to everybody that let us come back to our Ghanaianness of being disciplined for the sake of the lives of everybody. So the arrest of people is so unpleasant to the leadership of the police service, especially when they're involved in people occupying important positions in society. Not to say that anybody is above the law in a way, but to make the point that we wanted as a team and as an institution responsible for the work that they are doing to encourage everybody to be in compliance. And the level that the thing has gotten to, we needed to come out with something that will send a message, which as we speak, it has been sent. Now look at the sanity on our roads. Look at the number of lives being saved. And let's go to the hospitals and find out the reduction in amputation of legs, hands, and other parts of people's body because somebody is being disciplined on the road. And as I keep saying, if you have had patience enough to be in our mother's womb for 9 months before birth, you should be patient enough to wait for 2 minutes or less for a traffic light to come green. Or be patient enough to knowing that I'm traveling and I need to catch my flight. And the flight is, say, at 2 o'clock. To finish everything and get to the port before that, than to be in hurry and then be in the middle or some other places impeding the free flow of traffic. The questions that we normally ask. So touch wood. Supposing whilst we were going, you knock somebody down, what will you do? Will you still continue the journey or you will stop? So putting all this together, we were mindful of what it is that needs to be done in order to regain the consciousness of the people so as to save life. And the final thing in relation to that is the arrest of motorbikes under one of the initiatives that my colleagues and I have put in place called Operation Parry, Police Action Against Rider Indiscipline. We looked at it and we said that riders crossing red light, left, right, center, driving on pavement and all that is also another bigger problem. But we cannot apply the same methodology for dealing with the vehicles to the riders, because these riders, that is the riding he or she does, mostly he, for his livelihood. And at times, even the value of the motorbike that you are using is at times less than 1,000 Ghana cedis, or maximum some 2,000, 3,000. And they do this indiscipline, and you arrest such a driver, such a rider, and you send him or her to court, and the court found him or her guilty, and say that you are supposed to pay a fine of, say, about 1,000. Even if he sells the motorbike, he won't be able to raise the money. So we've been circumspect, and we don't send those people to court. We rather get them arrested, educate them, and then release them, and keep the education going. And out of that, we even established rider ambassador, police riders ambassador, to continue to engage these people, so that together we bring discipline on our roads in our communities. And this has led to the reduction that we have out there, and that led to the situation for a long time having riders average of about 90%. We are still on there. We haven't got it to 100% yet. Stopping at traffic light and waiting for the green to signal before they move on. I thank you.
So, yes, Vice will ask his last question, and then we bring proceedings to a close.
Thank you, Chairman, for granting me the opportunity to, but I've exhausted my questions. I have exhausted my questions.
Right. So. I want to read to the benefit of the witnesses before this committee. And I want to call attention to bear on Article 103(6) of the Constitution. A committee appointed under this article shall have the powers, rights, and privileges of the High Court or a justice of the High Court at a trial for A, enforcing the attendance of witnesses and examining them on oath, affirmation or otherwise, compelling the production of documents, and C, issuing a commission or request to examine witnesses abroad. We had an issue with Bugri Nabu, who said because of issues of chieftaincy, National House of Chiefs meeting, he couldn't show up today. And we obliged him that he should come tomorrow. So tomorrow is a sitting of this committee. We are also asking the Minister for National Security to appear tomorrow. So, Inspector General of Police, I know you are a very busy man. Tomorrow, come with your 2 lawyers as we continue proceedings. When we meet, you have a sense of where we are going with this matter. But all that will happen will relate to, first of all, the audio, which, as is being said, is doctored, and then the second audio that is being said captures the comprehensiveness of the meeting in Chief Bugri Nabu's office. So, Council, I read, the Constitution not for the benefit of the IGP, but for your benefit, because of where you were treading. and we will see how it pans out tomorrow. But if the IGP could say some of your senior officers, should remain at post, so they don't all come over, it could be good. So that they will be attending to businesses in the police headquarters. But we've seen them and respect their coming. Yeah. Yeah?
Your member from Etiwa.
Yes. Yes.
He says Kwame is a political mentor.
We have in our midst also one of the decent ladies who glorify womanhood in the political arena. She's a Deputy Minister for Finance, Honorable Abna Asari. You have some association with the lawyer Kwame Jano. What is it?
With both of them. They are all from Etiwa, and that's why I'm here today. Yes. Lawyer Kwame Jan and the IGP.
I didn't know this, I didn't know. It's a fact. He's never told me.
Man is from Mwoso, Akrofu, Mwoso.
I've never done that. I've never investigated the IGP. As to where he comes from, I've never attempted that.
Chairman, and yet you are the attacher of Chebi.
Yes. Yes, but the two people are all my subjects, this gentleman and then Abna, but she's not giving me the largesse of her office. And I leave it to God. So, Aji, this is how tomorrow's proceedings are going to begin. Bugre Nabu will be here. You should come. I think by this medium he's hearing my voice. You come with his lawyers of consequence. The witnesses should come back tomorrow with their lawyers. The Inspector General of Police should come with his lawyers. The Minister for National Security should show up with his lawyers. And the proceedings will continue. I was glad when I heard IG saying that in relation to arresting politicians with vehicles and they are in a rush, there is also arrest of individuals using motorbikes. But the police establishment exercises discretion in the manner in which they apply the sanctions. The politicians go and pay the huge fines, and then the dispatch, the motor people are educated. You see, I think it's a very fair and reasonable way of human engagement. So tomorrow I will exercise a similar discretion. Yes, and on this note, oh, okay, yes, Honorable Nogbe Ernest from Ashiaman, you are most welcome. You are most welcome. So tomorrow's time is 10 a.m. in the forenoon, and we hope to see all the individuals here, and then we proceed. We appreciate your coming, and in the absence of any other matter, Aji, you want to say a word? Yeah.
Yes, Honorable Chair. by way of my concluding remark, because I know after you have spoken, I won't have the opportunity to speak. Having said that, I want first of all to thank you and the members of the committee for the invitation to come and to speak. I also would like to thank my family, the Kwawu one, the Kropon one, and the Nkonya representing the Guans one, for all the encouragement and the support. I also want to thank the church of my birth and my upbringing, the Presbyterian Church of Ghana, for their prayers and support across the country. And again, I want to thank the church of my baptism and fellowship, the Church of Pentecost, from chairman himself to the least person, for their continual prayer support towards me. And more importantly, I want to thank Mr. President for his continual repose in trust in me and the support he gives me. And finally, I want to thank the good people of Ghana, for their words of encouragement, their support, and everything. In the context of thanking the good people of Ghana, I want also to thank the thousands of police officers across the country for the excellent job that they are doing, and the many sending me letters of encouragement, words of encouragement, phone calls, and everything. And I assure them that I will continue doing my best in that capacity, in service of God and in country. I thank you very much, sir.
Well, it's good you came, and God permitting, tomorrow we continue the proceedings. On that note, the proceedings are hereby adjourned to tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the forenoon. And on that note as well, the head of Ghana's police service and all the witnesses are discharged. Thank you very much.
Let's go for couples counseling and you are resisting, then there's a problem.
Most of them, before people go for therapy, they've already made that.
Are you still searching for the right platform to share your voice, thoughts, and feelings? Then the GhanaWeb Reporter on the GhanaWeb app is the perfect app for you. It is Ghana's only citizen journalism and infotainment platform. Wherever you are, whatever you are doing, GhanaWeb Reporter links you up to the world. The Reporter also gives you the opportunity to blog or become a citizen journalist, so you share stories with the rest of the world about cities, music genres, pop culture, tech, politics, etc. Download the GhanaWeb app from the Google Play Store or App Store on your smartphone and open it. Tap on the member button at the bottom of your screen and follow the easy steps to register with your phone number or email, and you are ready to become a reporter.
GhanaWeb Reporter, democratizing journalism and empowering content creators.
Piemu ewo budumburam eno ne waka so ampotemu eye biae bi aye frɛ no se XXX ade a akwanhia bi akoso amachese eyare ho semie pa na ninya ne sababa wa bi aye friend no se Annabel a behwa adefo na momfo susu se oye tutu ni ehia na akwanhia wo yie pa na ene amudi nchiremu eba no mu chemu se ya baba wa echiremu a ye taxi driver bi ene no aba bedi impemagro amachese taxi driver no empese obetuaka na so taxi driver no su chiremu a enya de onim eye enho hwe enu ntin na chese abayiwe ayire taxi driver ya amachese echiremu krama taxi driver no kra esu wo honom ewo honom na te ena chese behwa adefo echiremu se o sa abantu we echiremu se oni mu hwe ene eja no mane nkwe eye Annabel echiremu an adenti na mo behwa adefo ka che misa an minja eya abantu we mu na echiremu Annabel kokogina ekwante mu so no so onti ase da omu chemu ombe ho ombete ane se eye tipa track bi aba fa abayo iti so ma wato na nano me wonse do aye kase ede no akwakoto eye St eye Gregory Hospital eye mortuary ewo honom Efitimra ora Alantwe Martin edibetu yase obepre no aye flag bearer edi ama MPP amanyoko no eyade amanyoko ni mu mpanimfo ahodo na na chese omode omo support ekokoma anu yie pa nanso ekomi akwa ese CC ade papa eka asanya ade obekobiem no na chese omo a omudi na chi no ebi mu atwetwe omo ede afri no ho anesa na eye no na GhanaWeb agbogbo ye nipakuo nan bi omo kirema eye sankofo na CC no omo kirema omo movie on kra baako eye Catherine Afeku ono kirema CC ode ni support nyina akoma eye Dr. Mahamudu Baomi o se ni energy no de ni nyina ama Baomi afi Richard Nyama no so no echirema CC ade ode ni support na chese okoka eye campaign team ho ede ma Alantwe Martin we CC ade enyamba so bia no nti no kwandai akonwa no o ma nani akohu yie pa no so press release eno no so ede ababeto dwan afi sumpo eye slide tete ono so echirema nia eye Alantwe Martin aka no an ode nidie nyina ama no ntogo so twen nia eye Alantwe Martin ni next mover chese obeteke no so ehunia obeye edi afa no anampo afa ho ena afi ni otwato so nkrampo eye mahwebedwani ede man praye so Davis ansa opoku enso echirema an ewo mu se eye pape aka na asem na sempo no ode eye na ho ode ekota obi fufure echi a enya de omo sori ya na cheso omo so kokasa esan se yepe Alantwe Martin asem nti no ye bedi na echirema ni ode no ho kakobọ no mebo omo modia no ma ye hwehwemu ede afa onipa no ansa na omo de omo support amon no mpo a omo tumi aye saade no Asen Central Mrashebedwani ayefre no se Kennedy Ejapon din semfo bi atodwa a wotwemu so mu enchebi omo flag bearership race na anampo na bato na eba be koso no ono enya de a obesi form amobia enne ochina sumpo eka ho esanse wonya ne ntie sase manfo bi pese omo hwa na chese oyi ne hu fi ono nampo no osifri akonya ochirema enya de a obesi da okwa anesa na ochirema so no abato yom kwakoto ye 4 November se nyame ya adoma ne obewini na wawini but se eye nkabom ebe koso ewo MPP amanyoko ni ma enam se ne abaye anampo no ya amanyoko no ebesi ato aba no ede for transparency ebetumi abem but ono de assistant no ono Kennedy echirema nya de obesi for enne ochina sumpo eka ho Mampeninda da John Dramani Mahama emra na chese owa abemu de edin ahodo na na yede ma no ene baako eye akonfirm ayese mampeni akonfirm baako nso po yede to no eye government official one eno na fa eye Airbus juma de chese ebeye de ye pa ewo eye Ghana hanom nene ni nsemfo bi a oka ede fa eye former special prosecutor eye Martin Amidu na chese 2020 mu ni nsama John Dramani Mahama ekafa eye Martin Amidu hu ena chese asaba bepie mu biem ni nya ne se na sentemu eye mampeni na nadam kwakufu ado ene ba conference okokodi djuma honom ena chese otutu bi ye pa edemane eye former president John Dramani Mahama na enu echi no ena chese asa kokotwe asemwe ede abaye tremu se emra eye special prosecutor ekotrem so akakoye report din semfo bi ebeto udwa efa former president okache nsan no ho bon eye Airbus eye scandal no mu ye pa no na enu echi no mama koye interview no di tudwa na wotrem se we was stupidity sebi ojimi sembe na wo ya sponsor kona kwa reporter mimi ho asem na chese o ba betro e de ato onum sa ye de not 2020 de otutu bi ye pa e de ma eye Martin Amidu Former National Vice Chairman Edema NDC Amanyoko no ayefre no say Alhaji Said Sinawi edi nsemfo bi atodwa awdan kasa de ato NDC amanyoko no members bi anim a wotwe mu se ono wehu na wenya ntiye nso se ebi mu ho no ma ombe focus on abato 2024 no mo de agenda 2028 chese omo foma ho de en support John Dramani Mahama no monam ena se bi omo di nyambransem esa omo ankasa pesa minkumenya ene ne ombenya adinti omo hwe 2028 no so ndo chema mehu sankofo ni nyina baje se eyedin ena waye basisi ano no ne open se eye members no be hwe no mu nyina de omo support akakoma John Dramani Mahama se ne be ya afi 2024 abato no betumi ababedi NDC amanyuko no afa.
Are you still searching for the right platform to share your voice, thoughts and feelings? Then the GhanaWeb Reporter on the GhanaWeb app is the perfect app for you. It is Ghana's only citizen journalism and infotainment platform. Wherever you are, whatever you are doing, GhanaWeb Reporter links you up to the world. The reporter also gives you the opportunity to blog or become a citizen journalist, so you share stories with the rest of the world about cities, music genres, pop culture, tech, politics, etc. Download the GhanaWeb app from the Google Play Store or App Store on your smartphone and open it. Tap on the member button at the bottom of your screen and follow the easy steps to register with your phone number or email, and you are ready to become a reporter.
GhanaWeb Reporter, democratizing journalism and empowering content creators.
In 2021, the GhanaWeb Excellence Awards was birthed, where 17 people who were excelling in their various fields were recognized and awarded.
In 2022, we brought you the Youth Edition, where our young people who are excelling in their various fields were duly awarded.
Well, it's that time of the year again to honor Ghanaians who are making you and I proud.
Good day, and you're welcome to the launch of the 2023 edition of the GhanaWeb Excellence Awards. I am your host, Elsie Lamar, and I'll be doing this with a very beautiful
Na Oyokote. Stay tuned.